You fucking know that when you saw that meteor in the beginning of this episode, it has Saitama's name written all over that shit, because like all the heroes are like saying it's a threat level dragon, it's like the biggest threat City Z has yet to face, and immediately, like, you know, like when the heroes are all struggling against it, you have like S-class, rank 7 or 6, Metal Knight, and then you have Genos, and they're all going in, giving their all, and nothing is happening. That, like, to me, this punch that Saitama gave to this meteor was by far, in my opinion, the best punch in this series, because there was just so much build-up up to this point. And you know that like these S-class heroes can't do shit against it, but Saitama, man. Saitama come in with that one punch and bam, meteor gone. Love this episode. But let's start from the beginning. So we get introduced to the rank 3 class S hero known as Finger Banger. Let's just call him Bang for now. But it's really interesting because he reminded me a lot of a mix between Meteor from Hunter x Hunter and Master Roshi from Dragon Ball. Because there was obviously something about him that you know that if you fucked with this guy, your shit was gonna get ended. Just like how most of us saw Meteor in Hunter x Hunter. And then again with the knowledge stuff giving Genos, like, you know, you gotta believe in yourself and you just gotta muddle through this shit. You can't just, you know, beat around the bush. You just gotta muddle through it. That right there was a little bit of Master Roshi advice in my opinion, but again, for some reason, like when I saw him with like his finger in the air, he's like, call me Bang. It really just reminded me of like that episode of South Park where like the kids are like part of like a boy band and they're called the Finger Bangers, and then like bang 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 bang. I don't know, to me it was just funny seeing this guy. His name was Bang, and he's an old man and he uses his fingers and he bangs people with them. Like, I don't know. Well, we'll see what he has in store later on, but I did like this new hero. But we also get introduced to one of the other heroes later on in this episode called Metal Knight, and he was, I believe, like rank 6 or 7 in the hero registration. And we got some interesting info with him in that a lot of the heroes within the registry, they refer to each other by their heroic names and not by their actual names in real life, which is what Genos has been doing with all of the heroes he's met so far. Like with Silver Fang, he called him Bang, and with Metal Knight, he's calling him like Boy Toy, Boy Foy, whatever. I still think these heroes are pretty badass. I want to see more of them, and I want to see like more info given about these heroes that have been introduced in this episode, but we really don't know that much about. Again, I want to know more about Metal Knight and more about Bang Fang. But then the epic shit starts to hit the fan when Genos activates that arm mode in that briefcase prototype he was carrying around, and he just like enters like this special beam cannon, like charging mode, and you know that like it's probably not going to destroy the meteor, because again, we saw this in the beginning. We knew Saitama was going to have to save the day, but like we knew Genos was going to give his all, and it was just so badass. It's moments like these where I love the art and the animation, but especially the art and how like detailed and like comic book like and graphic it is, where you see Genos like firing the beam and he's like all struggling with it. It's really awesome. It's moments like these that really make me want to check out the manga, because the art is going to be in its purest form in the manga, and I want to see more of that because it looks really well drawn and it looks very detailed, just the way I like it. And then we get Finger Banger coming in and basically like trolling the shit out of Genos, saying, oh no, I believe your beam is actually pushing the meteor back, and Genos is like, oh, really? It is? And then he's like, oh no, sorry, that was a mistake. Like, that was just so funny. I could tell this guy is gonna be one hell of a ride. He has the humor and wisdom of Master Roshi, but that mysterious badassery, like, you know he can wreck shit. And it says a lot that he's ranked number 3 in the S class, so I want to see more of this old geezer in the near future. And then of course we finally lead into Saitama making his appearance, and God, just the build-up. I love the build-up, because if it was any other show, any other manga or whatever, it would just be like, oh, he comes in, punches the rock, saves the day. But it's just the intensity that we get introduced with Saitama like getting set to blast off. You see the building below him crumble from the impact of him pushing off, and you see him like make contact with the meteor, and you see that crackle and it starts to like kind of like transform a little bit, because Saitama's force from the punch is like shredding that meteor to pieces, and you see him burst through, and it was just so epic. I loved every moment of this episode, especially these particular moments with Saitama breaking through the meteor. But I really like how it was supposed to be heroic, and you have heroic music themes playing in the background because, hey, Saitama saved the day, the meteor's destroyed, whoop-de-fucking-do. But you have that music continuously playing while, like, the baby meteors are, like, falling down and destroying the rest of the city, and Saitama's like, yeah, day is saved. Yeah! Because, like, you expected this moment to be like he annihilated the meteor, the town is saved, no damage done, but no, like, the pieces from it are still annihilating the city and doing a significant amount of damage. So I thought that was really funny, and I know all of you got excited when Tank Top Tiger made his reappearance, because as soon as he showed his face, I'm like, yeah, man, we got the Tank Top coming back. But he also brought his brother along, Tank Top Black Hole, and I was thinking, like, wow, Black Hole, I wonder if that has anything to do with, like, maybe he summons a black hole. But I immediately thought, like, that sounds way too OP. He wouldn't be rank C if he could not, like, make a black hole. Like, it doesn't make any sense. If he makes a black hole, that's like S rank status. So no, there's no way he can do that. But I really liked his strategy in that they just didn't, like, you know, jump in and try to beat the shit out of him. It was actually really cool how Tank Top Black Hole was utilizing all the townspeople that were, like, devastated from this attack, and he turned their anger towards Saitama and wanted them to blame him for the destruction that they're currently in order to break down his spirit. I thought that was one of the more interesting snippets of this episode, because all in all, when the Tank Top Tigers came together, they looked like idiots, and I really wasn't expecting much from them. I thought they were gonna come together and say, yo, we're gonna beat the shit out of you, and Saitama's just gonna, like, one punch them as usual. But I really liked how Black Hole really just changed up the formula a little bit. It was really interesting to see that. And we also got to see Saitama doesn't care about the praise that he may or may not get from the townspeople. He is a hero because he wants to be, and not because of the appreciation or even admiration that he may or may not get from the townspeople. And Genos sees that to the T, and he admires Saitama for it. So that was definitely an interesting bit of, like, nice character insight or character development, whatever you want to call it. We actually get to see why Saitama is doing what he's doing, and he's being a hero because he genuinely wants to save people. Whether or not they want him to, he's going to save you no matter what. He's going to give you that one punch. So all in all, I definitely enjoyed this episode, but let me know what you all think in the comments below. Did you actually like the build-up sequence to that meteor being destroyed by Saitama? Because again, we have all these heroes coming in. We had Bang, we had Genos, we had Metal Knight, and they all couldn't put a dent in that meteor. And it was just such great build-up to Saitama coming in, giving that one punch and showing everyone that he is the hero that this city deserves. But let me know what you all think in the comments below. I really want to hear your thoughts. But if you enjoyed this video at all, or you enjoyed the episode, give me a thumbs up. I would really greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, there you go. You got an excuse right now. Click that subscribe button down below, and you will stay up to date with all of my future content. I'm Mr. Ajax, and as always, stay beautiful.